you very much for being here. Uh, this is the first time we are doing this in English. Last week we had a Chinese session. Last week was really quite informal. I didn't inform everybody, but it was a good turnout, and then we decided to do this again. So as you can see, we have a very special guest with us. Her name is, let me take off my glasses so I can see. Yeah. Yeah. Her name is Miliana. Uh, I call her Millie in short. I met Millie probably more than 10 years ago, but then we never really spoken. And at one uh, chance, uh, we chanced into one another at the airport in Dubai, if I'm not wrong. And I think Amanda was with me that time. But anyway, uh, Milena was, or rather, she is the current country chair for MDRT in Indonesia currently, and I'll let her share with you all her experience. But one of the things that always impressed upon me is whenever you see her, there's always a smile, a very nice smile, and every time I see her, I will be reminded of a Malay word called cantik. She's really very yeah. And when I saw her husband the first time, right, I told her, "Oh, he's a lucky man." Uh, so she has written some books. However, it has it been translated into English already?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Mm,
so you can tell us where it's available later if you
mhm,
want.
mm.
I can do it for you. Okay, so I won't steal the thunder anymore. Let's hear it from Millie, our COT producer, MDRT chair from Indonesia.
All right. Thank you for the warm welcome. Good morning, everyone. I would like to thank you to Stuart for giving me chance to share with you all today. For me, yeah, this is another upgrade myself to speak to all of you, especially for those of you know that Indonesia is a non-speaking country. So I'm not used to speak in English. Yeah, however, I push myself to do it. Sometimes I was wondering why God I was born in Indonesia. Why not in Singapore that I can speak Mandarin, Chinese, and also English? Why not in Malaysia or why not in Philippines? So I really so a bit regret why I was not born in the English speaking country. Because for me as an Indonesian people to learn English is quite struggling. Yeah, even for Chinese, I give up. I couldn't at all. I couldn't speak at all. Yeah, I took the course for Mandarin when I was young, but seems I'm not having the grit to pursue it. So yeah, for me to speak in English is not something that I'm get used to, but once I go to MDRT annual meeting, I was so astonished. Wow, so many people and everybody speak in English. And the first time on my MDRT annual meeting, I was not really 100% understand what the speakers talk about. Maybe only like 70% of it. It was in 2010, I remember. And one day I was thinking, is it possible for me to speak as an international speaker one day? Yeah, that was my dream at that time. And whatever in your dream, it becomes your perception and it becomes your reality. So since 2018, yeah, I started to become the international speaker. In Indonesia, we often invited people from overseas to speak in Indonesia. We invited people from Singapore, from Malaysia, from US, from Canada to speak in Indonesia. And everyone in Indonesia look at, wow, international speaker coming. Oh, we have to go, and then we want to listen. And I was thinking, why not from Indonesia? Can be invited in overseas and speak. And what is the reason why there is no Indonesian people can speak internationally? Is it because of the skill, the capability, or the language? So I enhance myself and I upgrade myself I took the 6 months English course in 2018 for the one-to-one conversation, and it really helps me to become the MDRT speaker. At that time, I was appointed to become a speaker in MDRT Experience Bangkok for 20 minutes. So I took the course and I rehearsed every day. So for this 20-minute speech, I rehearsed for 40 times. Actually, I memorized everything. I memorized all the script and I rehearsed in front of my English tutor. And then she is the one who gives me the improvement and the correction. Sometimes for me, the correction is about the tenses because in Bahasa, there is no past tense, present tense, and future. Everything is the same, right? It's like when you say that you want to eat, then if you eat yesterday or eat today or you eat tomorrow, you will using the same word. However, in English, you are having like when did it happen? It happened yesterday, or it happened today, or it happened for in the upcoming days, right? So that was my struggling for my first speaking in English in February 2018. And since then, I become more confident. Yeah, the next appointment of engagement speaking, I already reduced not 40 times style and practicing is only like maybe 10 times and then going to 5 times. And like for today, yeah, I prepare only for one time. Just yesterday night, I prepare how to rehearse it. So again, for me, the opportunity for me to share with you all is like a kind of my personal development, how I had developed myself to be confident to share myself in English. So I would like to share with you the topic, or let me share the screen, okay? Of course, I will give you time to question and answer at the end of my presentation. Okay, let me share a screen with you. Can you see? All right. Slideshow. Waiting for the slideshow. Okay. So my name is only single name. Many people ask me, what is your last name? And I mentioned, I don't have last name. It's quite strange, right? Because usually they are having like Stuart, they have the last name, the family name. And Miliana, what is your last name? I don't have in my birth certificate. It's only like one short name. I was wondering also why my parents give me only a single name. Yeah, maybe, yeah, I can say that my parents not so educated. Yeah, then uh, at that time maybe they are thinking only like giving me one single name and registered it to the government. And yeah, here I am. My name is only Miliana. There is no last name. Then only last year when I published my book, yeah, I used my husband's last name as my last name, because when I talked to the publisher, he told me you cannot only use one single name, because as an author, people will search you by last name, and it's very important for you to have last name. So then only then I have using my husband's last name in my book. However, officially, yeah, my name is Miliana. One people ever remember in MDRT annual meeting of the ever commented like this, Miliana, only that name? What is your last name? I mentioned, no, only single name. And what is your nickname? My name is Millie. Just that short? Yes, it is. Well, very interesting. Like Madonna, only a single name. Okay, yeah. So currently, I'm the country chair for NDRT Indonesia. Oh, sorry for the misspelling, double E, because last night I'm just typing for the slide. I'm the country chair for MDRT Indonesia since 2019, and currently I'm still the country chair. And I'm the qualifying and a live member. Yeah, thanks God, finally I already 11 years MDRT members in a row, and the last 3 years I qualified for court of the table. And I will share with you how I moved from MDRT level into court of the table level. And this is my slide that I told Stuart that I still keep the slide. Yeah, 2016, I think this is the formal encounter for me and Stuart to meet each other in MDRT Day Indonesia. We invited Stuart as our main platform speaker. However, I only give a sales idea. Yeah, this is me. Yeah. Sales idea only for 50 minutes. So you can see the picture is big for the main platform, and for only the sales ID speaker is only like very small, because we are only having time for 50 minutes sharing. And since in 2016, even though I know Stuart and I attended his session, very encouraging session and very touching session, because he was sharing about his struggle in his health issue. However, he really show his passion and then the consistent and really striving for something good. So I remember him very well, yeah. But since he didn't realize about me, because in 2017 when we met in the airport, when we were having transit, and I called Stuart, I am from Indonesia, I'm Miliana. Do you still remember that you become our speaker in RT Day Indonesia last year? And then it seems, and we were speaker in the same platform. And then seems, yeah, Stuart staring at me and cannot recognize of me. But then, yeah, we become more known each other in 2017 in the MDRT. I think at that time, where is the places? I forgot. Orlando, maybe. So many MDRT meeting that I forgot the places in 2017. And the next following year, in 2018, I met again Stuart in MDRT Day Malaysia, because we were the speaker for MDRT Day Malaysia. And because we were speakers and not so many other speakers that I know, so for sure I take the chance only to have the lunch and dinner for those that I know. So I have lunch with Stuart and also dinner with Stuart together with the MCC from Malaysia. And then in that moment, I become more to know about Stuart, and I ask Stuart the tips and advice, and Stuart give me the advice, a very amazing advice for me how I can monitor my activity. Because you know what, this one is August 2018, and I can say to you that Stuart advice for me in monitoring the activity brought me to achieve 1 month 1 MDRT in September. So if I didn't meet Stuart in MDRT Day Malaysia August in 2018, maybe I never achieved this kind of record for me. In September, I achieved 1 month 1 MDRT. I'm so happy, and really it gives me the confidence that actually I can achieve 1 month 1 MDRT. So this brings me the confidence that actually a court of the table and top of the table we can do. Yeah. What did he shares to me? He shares to me about how I should record the activity. So every prospect that we have, well, we have to do the monitoring progress. How is the progress? Whether we already meet once, second time, the third time, and then when is the closing? And if we are already have the closing from that person, then we highlight with the yellow color, with our yellow color. And then I tried to convert it into my Excel, and it become like this. I share you my screen. Can you see me or not? Wait.
No, it's out.
Oh, okay, okay. Is it the screen share? Oh, wait, yeah. I think I stopped the screen share. I am starting to share you the screen share again. Okay. So I translated what Stuart told me into my Excel monitoring activities like this. Can you see or not? So actually, I have a table in my Excel with number, name, and when is the open case, when is the follow-up 1, follow-up 2, follow-up 3. So basically what Stuart taught me is every person or every prospect that we have, we should know the progress, when is the date that we met. And then it brings you the awareness when you have to go back the second time and the third time. And for those who are already closing, then we can put the yellow uh, color. And then for those, yeah, for me, I try to modify it. For those who are already reject us, yeah, they mention they are not ready, I don't want or whatever. So I put it in the brown color, so that I can focus only for the white color. The white color means what? The white color means that this like a map for me to trace. So I already open case to Francisca. So when will be the second time? When will be the third time? in many situations, it's quite often that we forgot whom should we already open case. And at the end, maybe we come again and we know, well, I already took the insurance policy from from other financial advisor. So I think that is our fault that we are not doing the good follow up. And this table give me the track where should I follow up. And also it gives me the sense of achievement. Okay, I already met how many people, and I do the recap for the mid of August after I went back from MDRT Day Malaysia till 31st September. So altogether, I am having 50 open case. This one a face-to-face, yeah. At that time, there is no such this situation, yeah. Currently, maybe we have to convert it into the online, face-to-face in online. And then the follow-up 20, and then I got 17 closing and got 7 referral. But with this 17 case the closing cases, that brings me to have 1 month, 1 MDRT. So in the month of September, I achieved the target for 1 MDRT because my target is court of the table. So I have to complete the 3 times MDRT, right? So that single month in September, 1 month more MDRT. And previously, before I came to Malaysia as a MDRT speaker, I already achieved 1 MDRT. So 1 MDRT before MDRT speaking, 1 MDRT in September, and another 1 MDRT till I think I completed by end of October. And that brought me to become court of the table. So I really thank you, Stuart, for your great advice. And every time I talk to my agency or maybe to international speaking, I always talk about my story and I was talk about how I got it from Stuart. And the reason why I also quite high activity in during like almost 6 weeks, I met 50 people for open case. That's because I combine it as well with my seminar selling on 23rd August. So I think as a financial advisor, every time we are doing prospecting, we can do the prospecting one-on-one or one-to-many. The seminar selling for me is one-to-many. It's like when we are like a fisherman. A fisherman, we are fishing only one fish, right? If we only meet one-to-one, it means you are catching one fish, and after that you fishing again and catch one fish. But doing the seminar selling, it helps you to spread the net. Spread the net, it means that maybe there are 15 people or 20 people all together where you can share your idea, and after that, then it will make you faster in having the result. So after the MDRT Day Malaysia 4th of August, I prepare for the seminar selling on 23rd August. And here I can say to you, okay, this one is not slideshow, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, you put slideshow.
Okay. I go slideshow so that it's bigger. Okay, so the seminar selling, for this seminar selling, it's previously. For this seminar selling, actually, my effort is quite big for me because I already ordered 2 tables in the Chinese restaurant, very good Chinese restaurant around my house. I live in Kelapa Gading. Kelapa Gading is an area for like more people, especially Chinese people there. So there is one good Chinese restaurant, so everybody will like it very much. So I booked the private room for 2 tables. And then because 2 tables, so I have to think how to invited 20 people in that night, right? So I trying to contact people, and of course, I also make a statistic how many people that I invited. So altogether, I invited 80 people. Yeah, many of them mentioned they cannot come, or they don't want to come, or some of them they mentioned they want to come but didn't show up at the end. Yeah, so at the end, yeah, only 16 people attended. However, the interesting part is very surprising. From the 16 people attended, 100% closing. I mean, I didn't close on the spot, yeah, because I don't want to like push selling. Yeah, I'm not selling directly on that night, but that night I give the concept. Yeah, I share the concept, and I invited to my client. Yeah, especially these 2 people. they are my client in my first year. Yeah, I joined insurance industry in 2014, so 16 years ago. Yeah. So in 2004, 2004. So before I joined insurance industry, I was the university lecturer for 8 years. So in 2004 is the transition time. The transition time between I was still lecturing in the university for part time, while I also try to be in the insurance industry for part time as well in 2004. And I really appreciate for my first year clients because they are the one maybe put faith on me and give me the chance and support me so that I can be like I am now. So I invited my client, two of my clients that that they are my first year client lah. They bought the policy in 2004, and one of them also claimed for their heart attack in 2015. So I asked them to share. So surprisingly, these two people, they promote me very much. They promote me. They mention that how grateful, how blessed when they are having me as their financial advisor, especially for one client that I serve and help for the heart attack claim. He mentioned that how it a very fast process for the claim, and we should buy insurance and never regret. Even though Millie came to see him when she was still also lecturer in the university, but yeah, maybe we bought the insurance policy to help her. But at the end, the insurance policy really helps the person. So that night become like touching moments because the stories of my clients give the confidence to the audience about the belief of insurance. So that makes the 100% closing at that time, and it brought me to 1 month, 1 MDRT. Okay, now talking back about our topic about reflect and prepare. Yeah. When I am preparing for this session, I'm thinking what kind of topic that I would like to share with you all, because yeah, in my understanding, yeah, even though maybe few of you are still new, but maybe majority you are senior financial advisor, maybe more than 5 years, yeah, more than 10 years, or even like me. Now I'm currently almost 17 years. Yeah, I think in this point in time when we are having the outbreak, we never know that this happened in 2020. Why not in 2019? Why not maybe next year? Yeah, but it happened in 2020. So I'm thinking that there is nothing out of God's control. And I think it's best time for us to use this time also for us to reflect and prepare in every aspect of our life. Then I will share with you. So instead of we look at this as great disaster, of course this is great disaster, right? Because now in Indonesia, going up the number of COVID cases into 5,000, yeah, and seems maybe Indonesia will still in the picking up graphic. Then we don't know when will it end. This is great disaster, of course. Yeah, for you also maybe in every country, in Singapore, and some of you maybe from Malaysia and other country. Of course, this is great disaster. But let us look this not only great disaster, but this is also become our great character. What does it mean? It means maybe we have to redefine about the definition of being productive. And what is productive? We say that now we are working at home. Do you feel that you are productive? Maybe some strange feeling we are having now, because usually we used to think being productive if we are achieving something, we are getting more money, when we are getting award, or we are going out to see people and then got so many closing cases, right? But now we are stuck at home, and how can we use this time of being productive? So I'm trying to figure out about the whole person concept of MDRT. Maybe many of you knows about this. And MDRT, they always share this one, the whole person concept. There are 7 pillars in our life. The first is career, right? I think in this point in time, uh, when we are now at home, when we are a bit, how to explain, yeah, we are now stuck at home, we cannot do going out, yeah, it will give us the understanding of what is the definition of being productive. Maybe we only think that being productive in terms of our career. However, now, because we are at home, let's look at any other aspect of the pillar of MDRT, the whole person concept. First of all, for me, I want to share how I evaluate myself. Then you can reflect on me, okay? For relationship, now we are at home, right? Then usually at home, I am the mother of 2 children. My son, one daughter and one son, yeah. Because at the time when I started in the insurance industry, it was the time when I just delivered a baby. Then now my baby already 17 years old. Yeah, because now 17 years old, 17 years also I am in the insurance industry. So now currently I'm having children 17 years old and 14 years old. And now they are having like the online school at home. So now 24 hours together with my children. Usually every time they are asking me, Mommy, what time will you go home today? That is always the question, right? What time will you go home? Because as a financial advisor, we don't have the fixed schedule. What time will I go home? I sometimes 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock. But now there is no such questions. And I think we have to develop the other aspect of our life. I mean, aside of career, relationship. And because we are home, why don't we try to improve our relationship with our family members? Especially for me as a mother, as a wife, I'm trying to enjoy being together with my children. I'm trying to enjoy the rhythm that every day we are meeting each other, we are in the same house, and we are having lunch together, and then we are having dinner together. And I'm trying to become good mother as well because now I have to cook more often. So I try the new menu. Yeah, try to learn from the YouTube how to cook new menu because yeah, I have to struggle as well how to prepare more variety of food for my children. And then I'm trying also to help my children in tidy up the room so that it can become a nice room for them to have the online courses, as well as I tidy up my house as well so that it can become a more nicer house, more comfortable, and become a home office as well. Because now our home is our office. So I also want to make my house as really home, not only house. I'm trying also to develop my relationship with my children. Like weekend, we are watching movie together, of course in the laptop, and then also I play board game with them. And then when I tidy up my house, I open again the photo album, their papers, their handwriting when they were in kindergarten, and I look that I reflect how time runs so fast, and maybe I didn't quite having enough uh, time to enjoy that kind of sweet memories. And now they are already 17 years old and 14 years old. Well, maybe 5 years later, they are maybe already go for overseas studies, and I don't have them anymore. So I'm trying to enjoy the relationship with children. Yeah, that is the reflection of my relationship. And then spiritual. Of course, this is very important because really in this situation, we understand that if we are still live, if we are still can have the chance to live while in my country in Indonesia, especially for me, this year is the year that I'm getting news from people that I know or people that I don't know that they are died. Yeah, they died because of COVID. Yeah, they died because of cancer. My client also died because of cancer, stroke, as heart attack, and just 2 weeks ago, there I help my client also because uh, her husband passed away due to the car accident. So when I look at the situation, and majority of them are men. I mean, majority of them are the men who pass away and leave the widow behind. So I was thinking, how about if one day I become widow? We know that in the life expectancy in insurance, the life expectancy for women is longer than men, right? So as women here, there are so many women here. We have to be prepared if one day we are the one who become widow. And yeah, I'm thinking that if I'm still having my husband, I'm still alive, it really brings me to the understanding what God really wanted to do. This is the spiritual things, yeah, and we have to be grateful for what God gave us. And every day I have to practice as well how to think positively and give thanks to the Lord what He has done. And in my, of course, the church become online church as well. But because of the online church, now my church conducted like the prayer session online every twice a week, and I follow the prayer session. So this situation brings me to get more closer to God, right? And the other aspect is financial. I look at some of my clients, they suffer financially. They mention they don't have any income. And when I look myself, yeah, of course we are not getting income if there is no new business, right? But we still got renewal. But it helps me also to rearrange and rebudgeting again for my financial and service. Service is how we can do not look only for ourselves. Our tendency is we only look for ourselves. We try to save our family and ourselves. But in this point in time, so many offer from other institution, non-profit organization, asking for donation. And I'm thinking, well, I want to donate. You know, the first time I donate, okay lah, I donate like $100 or $200 Singapore. And then many overcome also in asking a donation, and I give another 100 or $200. And you know, so many offer for the donation. I'm looking, oh, why is I have to spend so much money for the service, right? Because I'm getting more stingy as well. I already spent so much money, more than thousands dollar I already donate. But if I have to donate again, sometimes you know the relationship as well. Like okay, my friend asked me, can you help me? Oh, okay lah, I donate. And then my community fundraise, and I mentioned, oh okay lah, because we are living here, we have also to donate. And MDRT Indonesia also want to make donation, yeah, because I organize the MDRT Indonesia to organize the donation, so I also donate. And when it comes to this, when it comes to giving, I think I'm having the different feeling, you know, for giving, because this time is the most time that we are having opportunity to give. And for me, how I can allocate my budget to charity, I'm looking at this. Well, usually I spend much money for transport. I spend much money for maybe having coffee time, or maybe uh, treat for the lunch, or treat for the meal for our prospect, right? Or maybe we are having shopping together, or going to the mall and having uh, dine out with our children, right? Usually like that. But now because we are home, then I cook by myself, and there is no such kind of expenses. So I think, yeah, why don't I relocate, reallocate the amount that I spend for this into the service, into the charity. So it helps me to give the ease in mind, the peace in mind. Okay lah, still in budgeting. I actually not spending too much for service. Actually, I just removing, or I reallocate the amount of money that I spend for my business operation and my entertainment into the charity. And I can feel the joy when we are giving, because I believe that not every time we are having this kind of opportunity for giving. Career, yeah, I will talk more a bit later. And education, well, this is very interesting, yeah, because in this challenging time, in COVID times, we are forced to learn a lot, yeah, especially for technology. I graduated from engineering, but I'm not so good in technology, so I don't know how to use, Zoom. I don't know how to use Webinar Jam, but now I have to learn. I have to learn how to do the Facebook Live, the Webinar Jam, the Zoom, and I have to do it by myself. And for me, it's like something new that I have to learn. Yeah, and health. Of course, we have to take care of our health. I'm getting more diligent in having a morning walking to get the sunshine, and more concerned about our health, because we know that uh, health is the more important, something precious. Sometimes in our life, we look at our health, something like take it for granted. But now when we see so many people around us, they died due to COVID, then we realize that actually how precious the health is, right? So actually, in this point in time, in doing the reflection, I'm trying to figure out that we need to, how to say it, we need to evaluate other aspect of our life. Maybe there is a feeling for us, oh, why don't I can be productive in terms of my career? Why don't I can be productive in terms of my accomplishment in the work? But while we are staying at home, I think it's good for us to do the reflection in any other pillar of the MDRT whole person concept. Yeah, hope you all can follow me. Wait, uh, sorry, because this is also I'm still learning how to use the Zoom, so I'm trying also whether now I am in the screen share session. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. And I think even though currently we are having more rejection in terms of people now, they hold their money. Many of them that I already open case in the January and February, when it comes to the COVID time like this, when their business drop, when their income also reduced and uncertain, they doesn't want to buy insurance. Yeah, some of them they want, but they hold their money. But with this situation, don't let us demotivated. Of course, when we got rejection and we don't get a result, we feel disappointed. However, I just want to remind you about the profession of being a financial advisor. And this one I got from Philip Richard. Yeah, Philip Richard is a great leader and having like 100 MDRT members, what I know, in North Star agency in US. He came to Indonesia in 2014 and I was the host for him. And what I remember out of all the talk he shared, I only remember these three I: impact, independent, and income. Philip Richard mentioned there is no other beautiful profession as financial advisor as we are, because this profession gives us three I: impact, independent, and income. When we are getting frustration from the rejection, please remember about the number one: impact. Actually our job is very meaningful, our job is very impactful to other people. And I can understand this. In beginning of January, sorry, at the end of January, one of my client got stroke, and 6 weeks she has to wait for 6 weeks, right, for submitting the claim. And I submit the claim, and by end of March, the claim paid to him. And he mentioned to me, Millie, I really thank you for your help, for what you have done. Because in the January, there is no COVID cases in Indonesia. The first COVID cases is on 2nd of March. But at end of January, when he got stroke, of course, it really impact to his health. He couldn't be productive anymore in the office. And even more now in the COVID times, he is the business owner for like a consulting and training center. All the project pending, all the project postponed, and no income at all. And he mentioned to me how he is very grateful receiving the amount of claim, and it gives me the confidence and the belief that what we are doing is really giving impact. Yeah, so if currently we are getting a bit disappointed, and maybe a bit demotivated, but please remember about who we are and what we do. We are doing good, we are doing impact, and whatever we do for our client is giving them something valuable at the end of the day. The second one, the beauty of the financial advisor profession is we are having independent. At that time when I joined insurance industry because of this aspect independent. Previously, when I worked as a university lecturer, yeah, at that time when I was working as the university lecturer, I worked from 7 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday to Friday. And I worked as the university lecturer in one of the university in Jakarta for 8 years. Then only I got a baby at that time. And I was thinking, is it possible for me to become a mom as well as also developing my skill and my career? And my husband at that time working as the head of actuary in Prudential Indonesia. And he told me, Millie, if you want to have a flexible time job, why don't you become the financial advisor? Yeah, the insurance agent, we call it insurance agent. Stuart mentioned to me, don't say insurance agent, it's more noble if you say it financial advisor. But it is in Indonesia, we call it insurance agent. Being an insurance agent, for me, like it is not something how you say it, not a respectful job. Yeah, people will look at me more respect when I say that I am the lecturer rather than I'm the insurance agent. But my husband told me, why don't you try? Being an insurance agent and being a lecturer is actually there is a similarity. Do you know what is it? What is it? The similarity is you are educating people. As a lecturer, you are educating people. You are educating your student. And as a financial advisor, or we call it insurance agent, you are educating the market. You're educating the clients, customers, how important about insurance. Yeah, because my husband was an actuary. At that time, he became the actuary for 7 years. Yeah, he very believed about insurance. He really believed about the miracle of insurance, and because he's the one who designed the product, right? And she mentioned, just go for it. So the reason, even though I was so reluctant that I didn't want to become in the insurance business because I think it is not a noble profession in 2004. But my husband mentioned, well, now you are having baby. If you are still working as a lecturer from 7 o'clock until 4 o'clock, then who can take care of our baby? So with that thinking, then I entered the insurance industry in 2004. I mentioned in 2004, there is a transition time while I was still working as a university lecturer as part-time. And I also try in the insurance industry as part-time as well, with my husband's help, of course. And in that year, 2004, yeah, it happened to me that I qualified for my company trip for Star Club, and I got the award to go for Europe trip. So I was so excited. Well, actually, it gives me the confidence that I can sell. Then only in 2005, I told my husband I would like to resign from being a lecturer. I want to full time in insurance. And my husband said to me like this, well, I think I will join you. What? What do you mean? Yeah, I want to join you as well, the agency. I want to give up my position as head of actuary. Then he want to join me as the insurance in the agency. And I mentioned, how come you give up and you resign from the management level? You are having good position, right? And you are the senior management. And I rely on your income. If you move to insurance agency, then our income become very drop. Yeah, right. It's right. Drop. Even though we qualified for Star Club, but first year only. What can you expect from the commission? Not so much compared to my husband's income, the salary as the head actuary of Prudential at the time. But my husband said like this, well, I'm looking at the future. If I'm still in the management level for 5 years, how much can we earn? But if we are doing it in agency and we work hard at that time, we were still young, yeah, below 30 years old. Then my husband mentioned, wouldn't it be better if we are together and building our income in the agency? And I believe this will bring us to a better future. So my husband resigned from the position of head actuary and joined me as an insurance agent, you know. Well, that was a very struggling year for us, for both of us. It's like we burned the bridge, then we have to start everything. But at the end of that year, we already can rebound our income level. Yeah, my husband at that time got a certain amount of income as an actuary. When he gave up, then at the end of that year, we are getting that same amount in agency. And when we look at our life now, we never regret, because you know what? Because of the independent of time, the flexible time we are having. If my husband still work as the head actuary in the management level, he will have the long hours working like any other senior management level, right? But here in insurance industry, we are having flexible time. We can uh, spend time with children, and my husband also being a deacon in the church, so we serve in the church as well. So the flexibility of time, the independence of time is something precious. Even like the maybe CEO doesn't have that kind of privilege to become flexible in working time, right? And the third, okay, I start screen sharing again. And the third I, impact, independent, and income. Of course, I mentioned to you, income, we never thought that this kind of income we got from in insurance industry. Many, much more income that we earn rather than being a corporate. I mean, if now I'm still a lecturer and now my husband still working as the management level, I think we will not get this amount of income. Yeah. All right. Okay. I want to share with you the reflection that I got as well 3 years ago. Yeah, this situation in COVID time reminded me about what happened in my life 3 years ago when I was diagnosed for thyroid cancer. So that was, at the time, I was 42 years old. Yeah, now I'm 45. Yeah. We are, as the financial advisor, we are selling insurance, we are giving advice for our client, customer, yeah, or prospect about the importance of having protection. How the critical illness is something most likely will happen, because 9 out of 10 people will experience critical illness before they died. That is the statistic from WHO. And it happened to me as well, 2017. Uh, I was diagnosed for thyroid cancer. I remember in the beginning of 2017, that was my 9th year of MDRT. So from my first year until my 8th year, I only qualified for MDRT, 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 never achieved COT. Several times I met Sanjay in the MDRT annual meeting, and Sanjay holding my badge, you know, in MDRT meeting, we are having the badge, and the badge will show us whether we are MDRT or COT or TOT. And he hold my badge and mentioned and said to me, Millie, still MDRT? When will you achieve COT? So, you know, I was so challenged by his word. So I said to Sanjay, okay, this year I will achieve my COT. So in 2017, in the beginning of year, January, I was so excited. I set the goal, I want to become COT. I have to move to the COT level, because this is my 9th year. If I miss this COT, I still have another year, right? Which is the 10th year. I really want, before I completed my life member MDRT, which is 10 years, once I can qualify for COT. That was my praying to God. God, please help me to become court of the table. And you know, in January, everything ran very smooth. I'm on track for my court of the table requirement. But at the end of January, 31st January 2017, I went to see a doctor because I feel the nodule in my neck. Thyroid is around our neck, yeah. I went to see the doctor, and then the doctor said to me like this, because I did my blood test, I did my ultrasounds, yeah. I consult with the general practitioner, and the general practitioner mentioned, well, that's okay. I think maybe we do the follow-up 6 months. I give you the medicine. But one of my client got cancer, uh, and then he told me, why don't you see my doctor? So 31st January, I went to see her doctor, and this doctor is professor for endocrine. So not only the GP, but this is very specialized for endocrine, but only the neck. And when the prof looked at my result of blood test and also the ultrasound for my neck, he told me it's better for us for you to do the biopsy, because yeah, it is safe. It is. Then we can decide whether you have to do the surgery or not. And I asked the doctor, when should I do the biopsy? He mentioned today. Well, today I didn't prepare for the biopsy, but the doctor mentioned that's okay. This only a small, tiny needle to go to your neck and take the sample. And after that, we can get the result 1 week later. So I did the biopsy at that time. And 1 week later, which is 8th February, I got the result of my biopsy. And I couldn't believe to see the result of biopsy, because there is the word suspect carcinoma. You know, the carcinoma is the word for cancer. So I think, is it cancer? Am I having cancer? I didn't feel anything. And I consult with the doctor. Doctor mentioned, yes, that was, I suspected. That's why I asked you to do the biopsy. Because seems from the ultrasound result, there is a calcification, notification in my ultrasound, and that's why I asked you to do the biopsy. If that is the case, so his advice is I have to do the surgery as soon as possible. So from 8th February, when I knew about my cancer, so I decided to do my surgery on 18th February. Within 10 days, I already having my surgery, because I couldn't sleep. I was down. I was so frustrated. I was thinking, will I die soon? And how about my children? At that time, my children, 14 years old and 11 years old, yeah, still in my youngest son, still in the elementary school. And I'm thinking, people around me who got cancer, maybe their life expectancy like maybe 3 months, 6 months, 5 years. Will my life end soon at that time? So it really troubled my heart. And I remember one of the MDRT speaker mentioned like this: there is no day, it is us. Critical illness is not theirs, it is ours. So I did my cancer surgery in February, and after that, I received the claim for my critical illness coverage in the beginning of April. Not only the hospital bill are paid by insurance company, but also my critical illness claim also approved, even though my cancer is stage 2. My doctor mentioned you are so lucky that your cancer is at the stage 2, so it still can be curable. Uh, After the surgery, now I'm cancer free. However, I still have to do the follow up, and of course, I still have to take the medicine for the rest of my life, because I'm not having the thyroid anymore in my neck. So I can say to you, yeah, the impact, what Philip Richard said, impact, independent, and income. The impact of being financial advisor, we are giving impact to our client. But for me, the biggest impact is to myself, because we are doing the advice for our client. And when we are doing advice for ourselves, we say, we do what we talk, yeah, walk the talk, yeah. The word is what? Walk the talk. So we walk the talk. It means not only we encourage our prospect, hey, I think you must upgrade, you must add more for your coverage. But when we do it for ourselves as well, it makes me to this situation that my claim for my critical illness is the biggest claim that I ever handled during the 14 years experience. And with the amount of money that I got from cancer, it really gives me peace in mind financially. And this peace in mind financially really give me the confidence. Yeah, when February, March, April, May, I didn't work at all because I'm still in the recovery period. Of course, with my neck, there was wound in my neck. I don't want to go out and see people. But then after the MDRT annual meeting 2017, that time I met Stuart, remember? When I met you in the airport, I mentioned to you that I was just recovered from my cancer. Yeah, at that time, after came back from the annual meeting, give me the confidence, give me the belief about who we are and what we do. And that helped me to keep my dream alive. Okay, I also want to achieve my quote of the table no matter what. And I want to share to my client about the miracle of insurance that I am having, that it gives me the peace in mind financially. So at that year, I revisited my existing client and share my own story, and many of them bought more and bigger insurance coverage, especially for critical illness, and that helped me for the first time to achieve out of the table in 2017. And the second miracle that I got from the claim, this amount of claim for me, because my cancer is cured already. I mean, there is no chemotherapy needed. I only take the medicine and do the follow up, and these expenses can be covered from my hospital bill. So the amount of the critical illness is actually, I'm not using it for my treatment because my treatment costs covered already by my hospitalization benefit. So I use this money to pay my debt, to pay my loan. At that time, I was having two mortgages, yeah, two mortgage in the bank. I bought properties at that time, and this property I paid off, and I become suddenly debt free. When I took the mortgage, I took the mortgage in 2013. Yeah, as a young couple with my husband, we are quite brave enough to take four properties. Yeah, at the same time, yeah, two at the end finished by 2017. But we are having still two more. Especially this one is the two big loan that we have to pay every month. But and actually we took 15 years, 15 years period for taking the loan. But I never imagined that I can be debt free, yeah, with the amount of money that I got from insurance. Yeah. I thought that I have to pay the mortgage until at the age of 50 because 15 years, right? But then, yeah, I become debt free at the age of 42 because of the critical illness amount claim that I got, and still left some amount of money. Yeah, I convert it into dollar, yeah, US dollar, to for my children education. So I'm preparing, if later on my children want to go for overseas study in their university level. So I don't need to worry about their education fund anymore because it's there already. So can you imagine? Insurance is really a dream keeper. We have a dream to bring our children to have a better education, go for overseas education, and insurance is really a dream keeper. It keeps our dream alive. So that is the miracle of insurance claim that I got, and bring me the confidence more and more about insurance. Then I want to share with you the reflection that I got in 2013. 2013, when I attended the MDRT annual meeting in Philadelphia. So sorry about the typo here. The MDRT annual meeting in 2013. There is a big wall, and write your promise here. Before I die, I want to blah 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 blah. And many people writing on that wall, and I was thinking, I also want to. I also want to write in that wall. But what should I write? And I was thinking, what should I write? Maybe you are wondering what I write. This is Millie's promise, 2013. 2013, this is my written in that big wall. Before I die, I want to become a role model of MDRT in my country, Indonesia. At that time I was only 3 times MDRT, never been in the MCC, never knew about many friends in MDRT network. I didn't know anything, but that was my thinking, because I really want to become a role model in MDRT. As I said to you, when I look at MDRT, many people, English speaking, can speak and inspire people. Why don't Indonesian people can become a speaker in the platform, can become a speaker in the, I mean, in the in overseas, and I want to become the role model. I want to people look at me as the role model. And now in 2019 and 2020, I become the country chair. So I think that what I wrote at that time now becomes a reality. That currently I'm the position of the country chair. For me, this position is not earned, but it is given. I still feel that I'm not deserved for this position. Many people are better than me, but I believe this is God's purpose for me. After I got cancer, and now I become an international speaker, and then I was entrusted to become the country chair of MDRT and bring Indonesia to the international level. And I did the book launch last year. This is in Bahasa, and this is in English version, because I want to spread my values. I want to spread my spirit. I believe that whatever happened in our life before, it always for something in a purpose. So I believe that why God put me as a lecturer for 8 years, that's to prepare me for now. Yeah, as a lecturer, I was my hobby is writing, teaching, speaking. Now I can use my talent, I can use my potential, I can use my hobby to writing and speaking, sharing, yeah, even singing, because I have also the song for this book. Yeah, I created the songs and I'm singing for this song as well. Yeah, I want to live in a purpose. I want to live in a meaningful life. And now I want you to also think about this reflection on yourself. How do you see yourself 10 years from now? How do you see yourself? Even though now we are in COVID time, yeah, in the outbreak, we are stuck at home. But I believe there is God's purpose. There is a God purpose for us in every crisis. There is an opportunity. It's like when I got cancer, then that year I become out of the table. Then only I know that God prepared me to become a country chair. So reflect and prepare. Now we come to the my last part of my sharing is preparing. What kind of preparing that we are having? We have to do. For me, this is really a new way of working, and I mentioned to everybody, welcome to the new way of working. We are coming to this the era. There is no need for us as the financial advisor to go to our prospect list and then chasing for them, and then from one place to another place, especially in Jakarta, from one place to another place is 1 hour minimum travel time. So usually we spend like 3 hours or 4 hours a day in the street in the travel time. Now we don't have that kind situation. We are home. And actually, if we want to manage our time better, we only need to work 6 hours. But these 6 hours, if you do effectively, you can have like the online appointment with your client, maybe 2, 3. That is more effective, right? So don't be afraid with online prospecting. Yeah, I myself admit that I'm not young anymore. Millennial people maybe like to do the online shopping, on searching every news from online. Yeah, for me as a Generation X, yeah, I'm still enjoying face to face, building relationship, having a personal touch with people. So when it comes to the online like this, it's something awkward, right? But we need to adjust. We need to adjust in terms of the way we are uh, reaching out our client. Yeah, even though now we cannot go to their place, then we can say, hey, usually I visited you once a year, but now since we are stuck at home, yeah, I still want to update with you about your policy, and I want to also uh, have a discussion with you. Can we do it in a Zoom, or can we do it on a WhatsApp call this afternoon, 4 o'clock, maybe only 30 minutes? So it is easier for us because everybody now at home. It's easier for us to get the appointment. Usually we are getting the rejection. Oh, I'm so busy this week. Okay, next week. And next week we call them again. Okay, I'm still busy this month. How about next month? Yeah, and next month, next month, until the next following year, even we cannot get the appointment. But now with the online prospecting, people no need to put an effort, yeah, to contact with us. Yeah, only 30 minutes or 40 minutes can do, right? So why not? So what I am preparing for this, okay, before this, when I'm preparing for this, now in my screen, I'm using the virtual background. So as I said to you, I make my home office now, and then I call it the mini studio, because now we are doing the online prospecting. We need to prepare all the equipment, yeah, the software. Maybe you can see now my camera is good because I bought a new camera. The new camera is put into my laptop, yeah, so that I'm not using the camera of the laptop, because I'm trying to use the camera of my our laptop. The result is not as good as the real camera. So there is a camera, a small camera called webcam. Yeah, I bought it about $200. Yeah, 200 Singapore dollar. I put it and it gives me a better look, right? So I want you to think that when we are going out to reach people, to meet people physically, we will dress up. We will try to have grooming and better look, right? And now because we are doing online, yeah, that's very important. We have to be good looking as well in the camera. We have to be good looking as well in the online medium, right? The online platform. And I bought the green screen, yeah, through online. I bought the green screen. Yeah, I show you actually behind me is green screen. Uh, I show you the real one without the virtual background, yeah. Okay, without the virtual background, actually only a big green screen behind me. Yeah, I bought this one is 2 meter wide. Yeah, and then I can choose many virtual background that I want to, like this, or like this. So it looks more professional, right? And then just 2 days ago, I launched my academy. So you mentioned, well, Milena and Academy, maybe Stuart also wondering when it happened. Just 2 days ago, yeah, I launched my new academy, because I'm thinking that in this time, yeah, we have to be different. That you have to be different. You have to be visible online, and you have to make yourself uh, people will look yourself in the different way when you are having the good quality of camera, good mic like this. Yeah, I bought 3 times, mic. The first mic I bought, not good quality. The second mic, good for the handphone, but cannot do for the laptop. So yeah, and then the third time I bought this one, can do for the laptop. So sometimes, try an error, something like that. And this academy I developed with my husband. My husband name is David, because we are thinking that in this online uh, prospecting or online era like this, I want to have like a branding of me. Yeah, not my company name. I mean, yeah, I with Prudential, but so many insurance agent, in Indonesia, in Prudential itself, we are having 500,000 insurance agent Prudential. So if I'm using Prudential, people look at me, okay, you are one of Prudential agent, and I want to become different, and that's why I developed the Millennial and David Academy. And this academy for what? Not for earning money, yeah, but for me to brand myself. Uh, for me, whenever I am giving talk like this, yeah, people know that I'm having the academy, or when I want to make the training, the free training, the online training, then people know that I am the expert of insurance agent. So time in the market that you are an expert. And then when I go to the client, yeah, like tomorrow is we are having this session. Yeah, I show you. Okay, okay, yeah, yes. Tomorrow, I also want to conduct the seminar, the customer gathering. I can say the customer gathering, but it is online customer gathering. This is the slide. Okay. Yeah. This is the customer gathering that I did last time, 12 March of 2020. Yeah. Last minute before lockdown. Yeah, we don't call it lockdown in Indonesia because the government doesn't want to use the word lockdown. It will make our economy situation getting worse, and people will be very brutal maybe because they are very worried and rush. So they don't want to say it as a lockdown, but we can call it semi lockdown, where we are more restricted in going out, and all shops are closed except for groceries and pharmacies. And 12 March of 2020, I was having the customer gathering, and that was the last time. I mentioned to you the 2nd March is the first COVID cases happened in Indonesia. And when I was inviting people to come to my event on 12 March, some of them mentioned to me, oh, well, I think your topic is very interesting because my topic is legacy for business person. But I'm afraid if I got infected for COVID. Then I mentioned, oh, no need to worry, no need to worry, because this is a very sterile places. Every time you enter the place, they will check your temperature. So yeah, so Syria. At that time, we are not having this kind of situation. I mean, now, yeah, even though you are having the temperature measurement, does not mean that you are safe, right? But at that time, yeah, still, yeah, people look at this as one of the preventive things lah. I mentioned, okay, please come, please come. And I managed to have like about 30 people came to my customer gathering, and that brought me finally to achieve my MDRT on 3rd April. Yeah, I have finally achieved my MDRT by 3rd April. So what I want to share with you is sometimes it's like a moment, you grab the moment, but maybe you cannot repeat it. Yeah, now of course I cannot do the face-to-face customer gathering, but I want to do tomorrow is like this. I call it the e-customer connect. The e-customer connect is I'm giving tips how you can review your finance during these COVID times. This is tomorrow, yeah, 5 o'clock. So I'm currently about 25 of my clients mentioned they will join this Zoom e-customer connect via Zoom. Some of them they are not get used to what is Zoom, how to install it. Yeah, so I have to teach them and then to show them this is the way, something like that. Then yeah, in this situation, when I was said to you, we have to do differently. Yeah, even though I already achieved my MDRT by 3rd of April, but my target is top of the table. Still have another 5 MDRT to go, right? But I'm still confident. I'm still believe that I can achieve, but in the different way. Yeah, and I look at this as a new way of working. Maybe if there is no COVID, like this, I only think conventionally. Oh, I have to sell more cases. I have to sell bigger cases, and I have to find people one by one. But now with the online prospecting, with one event, we can reach people online, maybe 30 people, 50 people, or 100 people. Even that I'm preparing already to subscribe for Webinar Jam. Webinar Jam is one of the platform for many people now having an issue with Zoom, right? Because the security issue, something like that. There is another platform which is called Webinar Jam. This is I also learned from Panos. Panos Leredaski is from Greece. Yeah, I learned from him, and he's doing the webinar uh, with the webinar jam. So I subscribed by yesterday. I subscribed. I'm having like 14 days trial period, only paying $1, and after that, then only I pay for 799 US dollar for the whole year, and the capacity can be 2,000 people. So I prepare already, even though I don't know how to gather 2,000 people, how to gather 2,000 people to my seminar, but I'm preparing, and I'm looking at the vision that there will be something good happen. There will be something bright happen. And I'm going to use this academy for two things. First, to inspiring agent, uh, and second, to educating the client. So I'm enjoying also now with the online, something like this, yeah, with the online methods. It allows me to have the speaking engagement like what I have last Saturday, last Wednesday. Last Wednesday, I'm having back-to-back speaking engagement in one day. You know, here from 4 o'clock until 4:45, I was hosting and speaking in MDRT Facebook Live, and my topic is keep achieving MDRT during COVID times. Yeah, I was sharing how I achieved MDRT by early of April, and then another 45 minutes. Yeah, only 45 minutes difference. I have another engagement. Yeah, how you can step out from the storm of COVID and how you live productively in the challenging time. So I couldn't imagine if it is offline, yeah, from one speaking engagement to another speaking engagement with travel time in Jakarta, cannot lah, 45 minutes. You have to prepare, right, half an hour before to achieve, to arrive in the place. And the travel time in Jakarta, 1 hour. But with now, with online situation, everything going online, it allows me as well to share my impact more effectively, more efficiently, so I can have like back-to-back meeting engagement. In this MDRT Indonesia Facebook Live, at that time there were about 600 plus people joining, and then for this event, yeah, actually this event is the recruitment event for my company. So company asking me to do the recruitment seminar, nationwide, yeah, for 3,000 people coming, yeah, on behalf of the Prudential. I'm spoken about the how we can do more productively in these COVID times. So I really enjoy the situation now. Everything go online, and I said to you, success does not come in overnight. You have to be prepared. Yeah, you have to prepare. And it's time for you to reflect and prepare what you can prepare to become the best of you after these COVID times. And if now, maybe you cannot get lots of closing cases, that's okay. No need to worry because this is the time for sowing. Yeah, for me, developing the academy like this, I'm giving free at this moment. Yeah, there will be a harvest time will come soon, and we don't know when, but now is the time for us for sowing. Now is the time for us to reflect and prepare. So that's the end of my sharing. Hope you can enjoy, and then I open for the Q&A for the rest of, like, we have about 20 minutes to go before we have to end the meeting. Thank you.
Okay. Hi everyone. What an impactful sharing by Meili. So now we are opening the grounds. Either you turn on your mic and speak, or you can type it in so we can address the questions that you have. Can we have the first question? Anyone? Normally, when it comes to this type of situation, it's just very quiet.
I have.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay, Daniel. Is it Daniel?
Yeah. Yes. The question is, how long did it take for you to realize that you need to do something different?
Okay. Well, actually from last year, I already published my book. That is the thing that I look at, the way of being different, right? Being an author, it gives you stamp in the market that you are an expert. And actually Academy, I already planned it from last year, but only like in this time, like, I launched my Academy. And to set up everything, to set up all the equipment, yeah, 1 week, about 1 week, because I said to you that I'm trying, and I try and error by the mic 2 times previously, the wrong mic, not good one. Yeah, and now I am having the new mic. The camera, I just bought it 3 days ago. The green screen behind me, also just I bought 1 week ago. So everything now still improving, and currently actually I'm still preparing for the the closed room for my studio, yeah, so that my voice cannot go out, because now I'm living in a house where I am living in upstairs and my sister-in-law downstairs. So whatever I say, yeah, my sister-in-law can hear. Yeah, I don't want to be like that. So I'm preparing as well to have like a closed room. Yeah, of course I cannot do it in this point in time. There is no people can help me to do that. Yeah, but it is progressing, because I'm thinking that why I want to invest, yeah, for this my mini studio, or I call it my home office. I believe that even after the COVID finish, then I still want to work like this more efficiently, right? More convenient, that we don't need to go out to reach out client. And now my company also already launched the non face-to-face selling method. So previously, if I want to get the closing case, I have to get them signed on my handphone. Now there is no need. So I I prepare it for in the long term. That's why I invested. This is not only a temporary, but this is for the long term, that I want to make my home as my home office. Yeah, 1 week preparing from last week, and still preparing as well to make it better and better. Not so much cost. I think it's about maybe only $500 US dollar. Yeah, because the camera is only 200, the mic is only 15 $15, the green screen, right? The lighting that you have to do so that you can look bright. Yeah, you see that if we look more professionally when you are doing the online session with your client, people will look at you differently, and you have to dress up as well as if you are doing working. Yeah, don't use the home dress and then the shirt, and then yeah, looks more professional. You have, if as if you are physically see your client, you will look professionally. And this is now because you are doing online. So then you have to make yourself more professional, as if in the TV station. That's my standard. Okay.
So Daniel, do you get your answer?
Yes. Thank you for sharing. One of the things that I wanted to find out also is why do you want to do things different?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, now how you can differ from, how can you become different? At the end of the day, people will buy you, then only they buy the product. That's why I want to develop my brand. I don't want to people know that I am the role model, I am the expert. So it's like insurance. Will be the first top in mind should be Miliana. That's why I want to attract more and more customer, more and more people to join me, to buy from me. At the end of the day, it will like creating the perception of the people. Especially now, yeah, with online. Yeah, you have to like separate yourself from the crowd. I read it from the book of Bruce Etherington. He mentioned that you have to separate yourself from the crowd. It's like when the helicopters flying and look at the crowd, and you become, when every time when everyone is looks like brown, you can have one color, very bright color, or red color that very different, and it has to be like that in the online medium. Yeah, in the maybe Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. So now so many people having the Facebook Live, so many again speakers, and every financial advisor also try to promote themselves in the social media. But how you can be different, how you can be look, especially for your client or your prospect, so that they can say, wow, you are really expert. Wow, you are so different. Wow, I want to buy from you. Remember, before they buy the product, they buy you first.
Okay, thank you for answering, Daniel. I think you got your answer. Okay, so we have a question here from Yvonne. Which area do you help your clients in terms of financial planning? So
All right.
basically, what are your what do you specialize in, and what do you do normally when you see your
Okay.
client?
Well, this is an interesting question because previously I sell everything: hospitalization, accident, um, retirement, income protection, critical illness. I sell everything. Yeah. But at the end of 2019, I mean December, yeah, I had a chat with Solomon Hicks. Remember, Stuart, at the time when I met you in Singapore, I mentioned I want to achieve top of the table and I want to have like mentor for me to help me to become top of the table. Whom should be the one to become my mentor? And Stuart mentioned, I think maybe Solomon Hicks will be fit for you because he's a spiritual man and you are also a spiritual woman. Yeah, maybe you are having the same value. So I contacted Solomon Hicks by end of December. I mentioned, so I want to achieve my top of the table. And Solomon Hicks asked me how many clients that I have, what is the criteria, I mean the characteristic, whether they are business owner or employee, and then what product do you sell. And Solomon Hicks mentioned to me, you have to change your music. And I was thinking, what does it mean? Change the music. Change the music, it means that you have to change the way you are approaching your sales idea to your prospect. If I sell everything, you know that it's like GP, right? General practitioner, everything you come. But the one who can diagnose for my cancer is the specialist doctor, right? So I want to become specialist, and Solomon Hicks mentioned, why don't you go for legacy? Because for hospitalization, there is a limit, right? You cannot have two hospital card. If person already have one, then you cannot sell anymore. For critical illness, there is also limit. Yeah, in Indonesia, the limit is how many? It's like maybe you cannot more than 1 million Singapore dollar for the critical illness. They kept it only until 1 million Singapore dollar for the critical illness coverage. Yeah, if you want to go for that, then we have to renegotiate with the reinsurance. But for life insurance coverage, there is no limit, right? Everybody can have 1 million Singapore dollar, 10 million Singapore dollar, or 100 million Singapore dollar. And there is no limit. And that is the reason why people can achieve top of the table, because they are selling big and big cases. That's why I'm preparing myself to change my music. I don't want to sell hospital anymore. I don't. Of course, I'm still selling critical illness coverage because of my experience is attract people to also having the critical illness coverage, as I also experienced the miracle of critical illness coverage. But aside of that, I tried to sell the legacy. Yeah, I tried to sell the legacy for the business owner, especially because business owner, they are having asset in their business and properties. Why don't you also create your asset in terms of paper asset? That's why in the topic of that I conducted for my customer gathering on 12 March is talking about the legacy for business owner. Then actually I'm getting result. Yeah. But yeah, because of this situation, many of them say, this is a good idea. I will think about it. But at this point in time, I want to hold first. Yeah, maybe we can see after the COVID finish. So yeah, that's the situation. Yeah, I want to become the specialist for the legacy and as well as the critical illness. I don't want to leave the critical illness. I mean, sales idea, because that is my signature move lah. I can say it. This is my signature move. That is my passion, and I myself also experience. Yeah. But I don't want to sell hospital plan anymore. Hope it can answer you. Yeah, I think every one of you have to find your strength and your passion, and what is the best for you, for and more convenient for you to speak to.
Yeah. Okay. Yvonne, you got your answer? Good. Yep. Okay. Anybody else has any question? We have exactly 10 minutes more, and at 10:45, we will say goodbye to Millie and the rest of the people, because we will have our own AIS meeting. So we only have 10 more minutes. Normally, how I conduct this type of meetings is, instead of just asking questions, we'll leave the last 10 minutes for people. They're all in all 41. So there are 40 of us listening to Millie this morning. So instead of just asking questions, can we have a few of us to say something that you have learned, and if you really have nothing to say, just say nice thank you, gratitude to her. I would like to start first. Okay. Frankly, we have not done any uh, rehearsal. Actually, Amanda came in when Millie came in this morning, so we were like quite quiet, don't know what to say. There was no rehearsal, but really thank you, Millie, for mentioning the journey with me. I really appreciate that. A lot of us can leave off just one uh, word of thank you and gratitude for a long, long time. So you have made my day and made me also think about some of the practices that I have been thinking but not doing. But so this is the time to do something about it. I'm sure the words that you have used will affect some of us, probably not all of us, that's for sure. But definitely every single one of us got something to take away. Yeah. Can we hear it from some people? Chris, Josh.
Okay, Josh.
Yes, me. So I thought there are a couple of things I really want to acknowledge you, Midi. Yeah. So a couple of things.
Oh, you're breaking up. Josh, you're breaking up. No, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Is this better?
Okay, better.
Okay, great. Yeah. So I was saying that there are a couple of things that I want to acknowledge you for. Like you're sharing like how English was not your first language, and then this is the first time you're conducting this. I really thought it was amazing. Yeah, we got your
Thank you.
message. Yeah, and as well as that there are like a couple of things that you shared, which also got me thinking. Like when you shared like how Sanjay challenged you to do COT.
Were you challenged as well?
I was challenged, but my very instant reaction was no, it's not possible. and how I felt when you said like, okay, I'm gonna do it, I was like, wow, why are our reactions so vastly different? Yeah. So possibly that's something that I also would like to inquire and find out more about, like what got you to just like say, okay, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. So yeah, that's one part of it. And as well as you mentioned about you doing seminar selling for your clients. So over here, right, we also make attempts to do seminar selling for clients, but we always and okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. It seemed like your topic of seminar selling revolves around protection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you got clients to talk about the testimonials, their claim stories, and everything. Yeah, so over here, right, we have a tendency to do every other fancy things. Like, oh, let's talk about like every other fancy things, like maybe investments, how to invest and whatever in this market. And when you spoke about protection, it just felt very refreshing. Like, because the first thing that came to my mind was, really, are people interested in learning about protection? Yeah, getting risk, getting more coverage and everything else. So that got me thinking. Again, yeah, like are we like doing too many fancy things, and then like kind of like forgotten like our very core responsibility as financial advisors? It's to really make an impact and make a difference. Yeah, so thank you for whatever you shared, and yeah, and it was inspirational. Yeah, and of course you survived your cancer. Yeah, and you still did your COT that year. So I think that's really, really amazing.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Josh.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a thank you note from Alex. Well, now I sound like I'm a DJ, I'll read out some thank you notes. And so thank you, Miliana. I love the part of the academy that sparkles a great idea of what I can do during this work from home period. Sincerely, thank you a lot. Cheers, Alex from Brunei.
Oh, okay, Brunei.
Yeah, I'm sure you have met him before.
Yeah. Okay.
Alex Liu. Yeah. Okay, so who else? Chris, you want to say something? Yeah. You unmute yourself first. You
Yeah.
unmute.
Hi, Millie. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
Chris.
Okay. Thank you for your inspiration. And I think I took away quite a lot of ideas. Doing things differently. And actually, after this COVID, I think doing the seminar, what your academy is doing, might be a perfect idea that reduces our costs, and I can still conduct customer seminars throughout, even beyond this. So I'm going to
Mhm.
try out what you're going to do, because I'm also looking to go into the space of legacy. I'm doing it with some of the clients, and one of it is I'm planning for a seminar. So maybe I can try the virtual one first. And then I like your background, so I'm going to do something about it. And then we'll see how it goes. And if things do go well, I will let
Okay.
Stuart pass you the message. And I think
Okay.
it's inspiration, getting us challenged. And I think we should always improve ourselves. Do not walk away from the challenge, and we should stay positive and move forward. Thank you very
Mhm.
much for your sharing.
You're welcome, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I think I'm just trying to recall what happened during our chance meeting at Dubai. You came up to me. I seriously don't recognize you. I didn't recognize you at all.
Yeah, yeah, I
But
know.
uh, we kind of exchanged a bit, and then you told me you had, and you showed me your scar.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now
But,
it's gone already. Yeah. After
uh,
2 years, it's become very, very uh you know invisible. Not
I actually type it in. You became prettier lah. Okay, but I think I remember during that airport when you told me you had cancer. For me, I think it's a very natural reaction. I give you a big hug. Yeah, controlling my tears because I was also recovering from some illnesses at that time.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, let's hear it from the rest. Anybody else? Actually, I want to hear it from this young little. I still call young little girl. I met her some years ago. Rachel, are you there, Rachel?
Yes. Hi, Millie. Yes,
Hi,
I think thank you so
Rachel.
much for you. Yeah, I think I really benefited a lot from this. I think I love the way you live your life. I think you're really so passionate about the things you do, and I think that's really like you're really shining, like now. I think with like the new camera as well. Yeah, and I think one thing really learned about you is that you really see opportunities in every challenges that you face, and I think you are really someone who is not really fixated to the things that like you would like to create your own new norm. Like you like to like I think like from the like and this new norm will actually I think will stay and really benefit us as well. Yeah, so
Mhm.
I think I really learned a lot in terms of really like to really show up in terms of like maybe upgrading like the camera set, like upgrading like how I actually see like how clients actually see me through this social media platform. And I think it really helps like in terms of branding as well. Like I think you really show up and you really presented really well in English as well. And your great but the things that you do, the passion that you actually showcase to me today, I think it's really amazing. And I think there's so much that I need to learn from you as well. Yeah, so thank you so much for taking time out to actually really share with us.
Thank you,
Okay.
Rachel.
Yeah, we are into our last minute. I'm gonna just read out one more um, last message to you. Hi, Millie. We met in MDRT Day 2016, Jakarta. Thank you for your
Mhm.
inspirational message to dream big and have an attitude of.
Okay. Thank you, Amanda.
Yeah, so we are towards the end of this session. Thank you very much for all your attendance and your attention. Thank you very much. Audrey say thanks for sharing your positivity, Millie. Uh, yep. So we come to an end of this. Millie has requested to record this. I didn't record this
Yeah,
down.
yeah. I will share
Uh,
to the link of recording to Stuart, and Stuart can pass it on to others.
yeah, because I don't know whether can two people record at one time. So since she started recording, I kind of not mess up things. So she will send me the link, and whoever is in, I'll send it to all of you. And those who are not in the agency, if you are interested, you know where to find me, and I'll share with you all. Okay, so with our best effort, in whatever way we can show now. Please show our appreciation for our guest speaker, Millie.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
I taught them this. This is the way to say thank you for so Millie, this is something when we are conducting this type of seminars and everyone is mute.
Mhm.
This is clapping.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much. Thank
All
you very
right.
much. So for those who are not involved in the meeting, you can kindly leave this room. For those who are supposed to be here, kindly please stay behind. Thank you very much, Millie.
All right. Okay.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone. Yeah. Have a great
Bye.
day.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.